Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Someone said earlier the weather is barbaric. I don't know, I thought that was a little harsh. But you're all New Yorkers, right? Who here is a New Yorker? You're used to this kind of weather, right? This is normal. No? Is this normal weather? It's not. It's not. Okay. It's usually warmer. What's that? Okay. Okay. That's right. Beautiful. Thank you. Very well. Actually, the famous, George Harrison from the Beatles? Famous George Harrison. Anyone knows who George Harrison is? So he said that, it's interesting, he said what convinced him that the Hare Krishnas were serious people was that he saw no matter whether it was raining, sun was shining, or it was freezing cold, they still went out on the streets and chanted Harinam. And he said then he knew they were serious devotees. So all of you coming here today are braving the barbaric weather is a sign and testimony to your greatness. So thank you very much for being here. Also, thank you to Kanagopal Prabhu for promoting the Chaitanya Charitamritas. I'm going to be speaking on Lord Chaitanya today. Anyone here is from Bengal? West Bengal? Bangladesh? Okay, just a few, right? Anyone from Bangladesh? Okay, we got all kinds. All right, so we're going to start. First, I would like to thank all of you, thank the devotees for inviting me, allowing me to be here in the beautiful darshan, Shri Shri Radha Govinda, Shri Gaur Nitai, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra Devi, and Srila Prabhupada. So very grateful and honored to be here. I would also like to seek blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas that you see fit to bestow your mercy upon me so that I can speak something relevant and bona fide in line with our previous acharyas from Chaitanya Charitamrita, and we're going to be discussing specifically about Lord Chaitanya today because in about 4 weeks it's going to be a very auspicious day. Of course, every day in Krishna consciousness is auspicious, but on the March 3rd it will be the auspicious appearance day of Lord Chaitanya, which is known as Gaur Purnima. Haribol, you're supposed to say Haribol. So let's try it again. On the March 3rd, it will be Gaur Purnima. Okay, you guys don't sound very excited. Can we try it one more time? On the 3rd of March, it will be Gaur Purnima. Now we're talking. Okay, Jai. So another thing you can say, instead of saying Haribol, on Gaur Purnima, we all say Gauranga. Yeah, so let's try it again. On the 3rd of March, it will be Gaur Purnima. We like it. This is good. We're getting fired up now. So, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, the grandfather, spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, or kind of great-grandfather, he described these festival days as Bhakti Janani. Bhakti Janani. Do you know what that means? What? Mothers of devotion. Bhakti. Mothers of devotion. Because on these auspicious days, the appearance days of acharyas, the appearance days of the avatars or incarnations of the Lord, there's so much mercy to be had. So if we want to get the most out of these days, the best thing we can do is to cultivate our consciousness leading up to these days, so that on that day you wake up thinking, wow, I've been hearing about Lord Chaitanya for 4 weeks. And today is the day. So we're going to play a little game. Everyone likes to play? Come on, everyone likes games, right? So whenever I say Gaur Purnima, you have to say? Yes, you got it. So on Gaur Purnima day, you're going to wake up and be like, yes, this is the day we've been waiting for. This is the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of things. First, we're going to do a little singing. Is there anyone who's here for the very first time? No one here for the very first time? Great. I'm so happy about that, because that means I can speak. And who's been coming for more than 2 years? Who's been coming for more than 5 years? Who won't raise their hand no matter what question I ask you? They didn't even raise their hand for that. Okay, so we're going to do some singing. As you know, the Hare Krishnas, we love to sing, because in the spiritual world, every step is a dance and every word is a song. So we really like to sing and we really like to dance. So we're going to sing this song. Anyone here is familiar with this Savarna Shri Gora Pada Padme from Prarthana by Narottam Das Thakur? It's also known as Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Who knows this song? Yes, this bhajan. So this is the translation. I don't guess we have a roaming mic, do we? No one's here. Do we have a roaming mic? Dun, da, da, da. Could you pass it? Someone would like to go first. We're going to take turns reading this translation. Anyone would like to read first? You're all very shy. Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. That's the one. You got it. Can you read the first line, Prabhu?
My dear Lord Chaitanya, please be merciful to me, because who can be more merciful than your Lordship within these three worlds?
So at the end of each line, we're also going to say, Gauranga. Okay. Next one, who would like to read? We need to give you the mic so everyone can hear.
Fallen soul, but I assure you that you will not find a greater fallen soul than me. Therefore, my claim is first.
Gauranga!
My dear Lord Nityananda, you are always joyful in the spiritual bliss. Since you always appear very happy, I have come to you because I am most unhappy. If you kindly put your glance over me, then I may also become happy. Gauranga!
Gauranga!
Hare Krishna. My dear Advaita Prabhu, husband of Sita, you are so kind. Please be merciful to me. If you are kind to me, naturally Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda will also be kind to me.
Gauranga!
O Swarupa Damodar, personal secretary of Lord Chaitanya, O six Goswamis of Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Raghunatha Das Goswami. O Lokanath Goswami, my beloved spiritual master, Narottama Dasa, always prays for your mercy. Gauranga!
Last one. Haribol.
O Srivasa Acharya, successor of the six Goswamis, please be merciful to me. Narottam Das always desires the company of Ramachandra Chakravarti.
Gauranga! Okay, so we're going to sing this song. Prabhuji, you're ready to play Mridanga? Thank you. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Goya Kono More Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Goya Kono More Toma Bina Kedayalu Jagat samsare Toma mina Gedayalu Jagat samsare Patita pavana hetu Dhababata Patita pavana hetu Mosamapatita Prabhu Napaibeya Mosamapatita Prabhu Napaibeya Ha ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Kripa Bolo Kanakoro Ami Boro Duki Kripa Bolo Kanakoro Doya Koro Sitapati Advaita Gosai Doya Koro Dhava Kripa Bole Pai Chaitanya Nitai Dhava Kripa Ha Swarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Swarup Sanatana Raghunatha Bhatta Juga Shri Jiva Prabhu Lokanath Doya Koro Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivas Ramachandra Sangamage Narotamudas Ramachandra Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Doya Koro More Doma Bina Kenayalu Jagat Samsare Kenayalu Jaya Goranitai 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 Jaya Goranitai Goranitai Jaya Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra, Jaya Gaura Chandra, Gaura Chandra. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Gaur Pranim ki. Remember when I say Gaur Pranim, you're supposed to say? Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Okay, how many of you were here last time I spoke on the external reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance? Okay, so completely new audience almost. All right. So we're going to discuss, primarily we're going to look at the external or the internal reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world. Anyone knows the date, the year, roughly? what would be the 15th century? 1486, end of the 15th century. 1486, and he appeared where? Navadvip. And where is Navadvip? Nadia, yes. So he appeared in Navadvip. And he had many, many different names. He was born in Navadvip under a neem tree, so therefore he was given the name Nimai. That's right. Nimai of Nadia. So Nimai of Nadia. And he was also known as a very, very great scholar. So we are going to skip through some of the slides because we did this last time. Before I begin, though, I would like to just chant a few prayers to invoke auspiciousness and take shelter of my spiritual master. Om Gyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitangena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Gena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, which is the book that Kana Gopal Prabhu was mentioning, you can see it behind Srila Prabhupada here in 9 volumes. So this beautiful book, Srila Prabhupada and his disciples endeavored extremely hard to complete, and they completed the entire translation and production of the book in how many months? Anyone remembers? 3 months. It was 3 months they did this. It was an incredible endeavor. And now this book is readily and widely available. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he predicted that his name would be spread to every town and village across the globe. And those who were followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in India, they couldn't really believe that actually the holy name would be spread to every town and village all over the world. They thought it meant probably just Bharat, just India. They thought it's only here. And really, it was only after His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada boarded the Jaladuta and came to the West, which we're coming up now. Actually, we're in the 60th anniversary year of ISKCON. So celebrating 60 years since Srila Prabhupada came to New York. It was also a very cold winter, 1965, when Prabhupada came here. And then in 1966 that he established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So once Srila Prabhupada came and then he went under that special tree, how many people have been to Tompkins Square Park? Yes. And then he sat under the Hare Krishna tree and he started chanting the holy names, and it was like the entire spiritual world opened up, because the holy name is descending where? Directly from the spiritual world. Golokera Premadana, Harinama Sankirtan. And when he chanted this holy name, Lord Chaitanya's mercy began to flow like anything. How many people have been to 26 Second Avenue, Matchless Gifts? If you haven't been, you must come, you must see. Now it's been renovated back to the way that it was when Srila Prabhupada was there. So it's just a beautiful place to come and visit and feel the spiritual Shakti of Srila Prabhupada's presence, where he started everything, where he planted that seed of bhakti. And then all the chanting of all the devotees, all these people who were coming, just chanting, and this seed began to grow. So hardly anyone knew about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Srila Prabhupada had great faith in the words of his spiritual master. And this Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur explained that if all the books in the world are destroyed, there is no loss, as long as Chaitanya Charitamrita is there. Because Chaitanya Charitamrita, he considered to be the greatest of all books. And Srila Prabhupada, when he was traveling on the Jaladuta, everyone knows he suffered 2 heart attacks. He almost left his body on the Jaladuta. But Srila Prabhupada explained that he was getting great solace from reading this Chaitanya Charitamrita on board the Jaladuta. So Srila Prabhupada very much embodied the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is the Senapati Bhakta. He is the commander-in-chief. Lord Chaitanya said that in the future he would send the commander of his Sankirtan army to spread his name all over the world. And Srila Prabhupada is that personality. So we are so blessed and fortunate to even be able to sit here in New York City and Brooklyn and talk about Lord Chaitanya. Many of us wouldn't even know. Even many people from India don't know anything or much about Lord Chaitanya. Krishna they know about, Durga they know about, Shiva they know about, Ganesh they know about, so many different personalities, but they don't know so much about Lord Chaitanya because he is like the hidden avatar. Because he comes for 6 reasons, and the first external reasons means that he's hidden, because he comes as a devotee. So we discussed previously the external reasons. Anyone remembers one of the external reasons? Those of you who were here last week? We're testing your knowledge now, your capacity. Does he have his hands raised? No, I don't think so. No one remembers the external reasons? So the first one is that Lord Chaitanya comes to teach. He comes to teach the process of devotional service, to teach bhakti. So Lord Krishna himself descends in the mood of Srimati Radharani, which is why Lord Chaitanya is known as Gauranga. 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 You're not saying loud enough. You have to say, Gauranga! So Lord Chaitanya comes as Gauranga because Gauranga means golden limbs. Golden limbs. Because he is Krishna with the mood of Srimati Radharani, which are the internal reasons we're going to discuss a little bit later. So Lord Chaitanya comes in the guise of a devotee. So he comes as a devotee and specifically as a teacher to teach this bhakti. So there are many verses here. We're going to skip through those. The second reason why Lord Chaitanya comes is to inaugurate the Yuga Dharma. That means he comes to start the religious practice for the age that we live in. And what is the age that we live in? We're in Kali Yuga. This is the best of all the ages, isn't it? People are nodding their head, yes. Generally, it's considered not the best age to live in. It's considered the iron age of quarrel and confusion and hypocrisy. Anyone has seen any quarreling going on in the world? Yeah, many mass quarrels. How about confusion? Lots of everywhere, right? And hypocrisy means people being hypocritical. Yes, so we see it outside. Does anyone see it inside? Inner quarrel, inner confusion, hypocrisy. We say we'll do one thing and we don't do it. We do something else. Yes, we all have this. So this is Kali Yuga. But Kali Yuga becomes very auspicious and special. This Kali Yuga, because Lord Chaitanya appears, and there's actually 10,000 years which are known as the Golden Age. So this is the age when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears, and this age is described that demigods are queuing up to take birth on earth because of the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. So Lord Chaitanya comes specifically to teach the Yuga Dharma. And what is the Yuga Dharma? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Specifically, Lord Chaitanya comes to teach and start the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. This Harinam Sankirtan, this communal chanting of the holy names. So we see many different quotes. And then the third reason for Lord Chaitanya's appearance is described as the most important reason for his appearance. And that is the desire of his devotee. Because this personality, Sri Advaita Acharya, who was the leader of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas in Nadia, in Navadvip, in Bengal, he was seeing so much degradation, and he was thinking, actually there are some beautiful verses here. It says, Sri Advaita thought, if Krishna were to appear as an incarnation, he himself could preach devotion by his personal example. In this age of Kali, there is no religion other than the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. But how in this age will the Lord appear as an incarnation? Thinking of the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, he constantly offered tulsi buds, tulsi manjaris, in water from the Ganga. So he was offering tulsi and Ganga to, you can see in the picture slightly behind the screen, to his Shalagram Shila. And in this way he was praying for Lord Chaitanya to appear. And he appealed to Sri Krishna with loud calls, and thus made it possible for Krishna to appear. So when I encourage you to chant very loudly, it's because that's the mood that gets the attention of Krishna. So even Haridas Thakur, do we know who Haridas Thakur is? Who's Haridas Thakur? The Namacharya. See, he used to chant 300,000 names of God every day. How many rounds is that? About 192 rounds every day. Who here chants 16? Yeah, even chanting 16 rounds is like, phew, that's a big task. So 192, but 100,000 names he would chant very loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is the way Advaita Acharya was calling out so loudly, begging Krishna. Srila Prabhupada said that we should chant our rounds like a child cries for its mother. Anyone here has any children? Anyone here was ever a child? You're supposed to laugh. That was a joke. Come on, you guys got to work with me. Earlier today, I had a nice gentleman. He said, yes, we have to do laughter yoga. Or was it laughter yoga, he said? Something like that. So we also can laugh. So chanting like a child cries for its mother. Who likes to hear a child crying? Nobody really, right? But a child is crying. It doesn't hold back, right? Just, right? And there are no children, small children in here. Today sometimes there are. When I say that, they start crying. So we have to call out to the Lord with a sincere heart. So Srila Prabhupada said we don't actually have to cry like a child, but our mood should be that we're calling out to the Lord. Please help me. Please give me shelter. I'm so lost in this world. I need you. I need help. But this is a very difficult thing because we already think we know everything. We think we're doing okay. We don't realize the precarious and dangerous situation we're in the material world. Like this weather is happening now. Everyone's like, oh, it's so cold. Imagine if it just didn't go away. But that could happen, right? Because anything can happen at any moment. Or it could even get colder. It could get worse. We were driving here across the bridge and we looked at the East River. And the East River, so much of it is actually already frozen. This is unusual, right? So anyway, so Advaita Acharya is crying out to Krishna to please appear. And Chaitanya Charitamrita explains that this is therefore the principal reason for Sri Chaitanya's descent. And that is the appeal of Advaita Acharya. Because the Lord, who is the protector of religion, he appears by the desire of his devotees. So, if someone asks you to pray for them, we have to understand this is the power of prayer, to sincerely pray to the Lord, to take a moment. Sometimes we come before the Lord and we're just like, I'm here. But we should actually really pray. And we shouldn't necessarily pray, what is that? My dear Lord, please give me a Mercedes-Benz, a house in the country, and lots of friends. So we don't pray for things. We don't come to the Lord and ask what the Lord can do for us. We should ask the Lord what I can do for you. How may I serve you? Right? Our acharyas explain that the Maha Mantra, what is the meaning of the Maha Mantra? Yes. Yes. Very nice. Yes. O Radha, O energy of the Lord, O Krishna, all attractive, please engage me in your service. Please engage me in your service. So this is what we're begging for the Lord. This is our prayer. And the Lord appears by the desires of his devotees. So this is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing in the Ratha Yatra. How many people have been to Jagannath Puri? Yes, okay. Who's been to a Ratha Yatra? Okay. So now, what time does the class finish? 7:30? 7:45. We got a long time, huh? Okay, so now the internal reasons for Lord Chaitanya's appearance. Who would like to hear these reasons? Yes. So yeah, you have to say Haribol. Actually, forget Haribol. Don't say Haribol. You have to say? Okay, and you're not very enthusiastic. I think I'll just unplug the computer and go. Do you want to hear the internal reasons? See, the more that we call out to Lord Chaitanya, the more that he's going to appear within our heart. You've heard this song, Lord Chaitanya's moon is rising. Have you heard that song? So Lord Chaitanya, the moon of Lord Chaitanya, Gaura Purnima. When I say Gaura Purnima, you're supposed to say? Gauranga. You'll get it right soon. Okay, so there are many confidential. Internal reasons means confidential, means like a secret, right? So, because those things that are the most intimate to us, we keep them in here, right? So we don't usually talk about them openly with everyone. only with our very close and intimate and dear friends. So Lord Chaitanya's, the reasons for his appearance, generally they're not spoken about so openly. We talk about the external reasons, that he came as a devotee to teach us the process of bhakti, that he came specifically to inaugurate the Harinam Sankirtan, the Yuga Dharma of this age. And the final one, that he comes because his devotee was begging for him to come. But the internal reasons are very confidential. They're very private. So it's not something easily spoken to everyone, and it's not also always easy to understand, right? You know, sometimes we have something that we like or we think or we know, and you try to explain it because it's very personal, but not everybody gets it, right? So that means that we have to really be in the right mood and the right frame of mind to understand, because these internal reasons are all to do with the loving relationship between Srimati Radharani and Krishna, which is also very esoteric and very difficult to understand. In fact, for a very long time, the discussion and topics between Radha and Krishna weren't even talked about at all. Only with the appearance of Madhavendra Puri did these intimate relationships and intimate pastimes of Srimati Radharani, the Madhurya Ras, these loving affairs, start to become more spoken about and understood. And of course, Madhavendra Puri is one of the great acharyas in our lineage. So the first internal reason or confidential reason for Lord Chaitanya's appearance is to taste her love for him. To taste her love for him. So, let's say like this. Some of you may have a partner or a spouse, yes? And hopefully they have some affection for you. Sometimes it doesn't work out like that. But imagine there's someone who you look at them and they love you so much. And you think, wow, that is very powerful. How much this person cares about me, how much this person loves me. Maybe we felt it, Srila Prabhupada said, the most selfless love that we can know in the material world is which love? The love that a mother has for her child. So at least we should be able to say how much our mother loves us, right? How selfless is the love of the mother that she carries the child for so long in the womb, then gives birth. Childbirth is also an excruciating experience, which, by the way, most women after childbirth say, I'm never going to do that again. And then they wind up doing it again. But it's such an intense experience. So much sacrifice is there for someone when they love you. They will go through so much pain. Parents, for the protection of their children, will walk through fire. They'll do crazy things for their children, right? So this is love. So imagine Krishna. He is, we see here, he's with Srimati Radharani. And he's thinking, Srimati Radharani she loves me so much. And he wants to experience, what is that? I just want to taste how is it that she's willing to make such sacrifices for me? So Krishna is feeling like this, and he wants to experience that love. Now there are some verses from the Chaitanya Charitamrita that we would like to read in this relation. And I can't encourage enough. How many of you do have a set of Chaitanya Charitamritas? Only a few. How many of you who have sets have actually read the book? Yeah, it's like that, isn't it? Yeah, so I can't encourage enough to get a set of Chaitanya Charitamritas and to actually read and absorb yourself in the pastime. So this is from the Adi Leela, which is the first Chaitanya Charitamrita is divided into 3 sections: the Adi Leela, the Madhya Leela, and the Antya Leela. So the beginning pastimes, the middle pastimes, and the concluding pastimes. So this is from the 4th chapter of the Adi Leela. To accept ecstatic love is the main reason he appeared and reestablished the religious system for this age. I shall now explain that reason. Everyone please listen. So this is Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami who is explaining. By the way, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was, I think, in his late 70s when he started writing Chaitanya Charitamrita. Elderly person, but just giving everything to writing this beautiful book. So this is important, to accept ecstatic love. So Lord Krishna wanted to experience this love of Srimati Radharani. And that's the main reason for his coming, that he wanted to experience this love. And he also, by the way, reestablished religious principles, right? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstarpanataya sambhavami yuge yuge. So millennium after millennium, age after age, yuga after yuga, Krishna comes to deliver the sadhus, paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya chaduskritam, to annihilate the miscreants, and to dharma samstarpanataya, to establish religion. So everyone please listen. Shri Radhika is the highest abode of that love, and I am its only object. So Srimati Radharani, we hear about her on Radhastami and different occasions, but she is the highest abode of the love that Krishna wants to experience, and he's the only object. All of her love is focused on him and him alone. She's always thinking about him, always consumed of how she can bring pleasure to Krishna because she loves him so much. In later parts of Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's described how Srimati Radharani makes a statement that if bringing pleasure to Krishna causes me pain, then that pain becomes my greatest pleasure. And actually the Goswami's books describe that Srimati Radharani, she used to, because she would sneak out to meet Krishna. So in order to do that, she would have to sneak through the woods. And that means that she would have to go barefoot. And that meant that if she was walking, and she, if anyone's ever walked barefoot, if you do like parikram around Govardhan or something and you go walking barefoot, if you step on one stone or one thorn, what happens? Ow! Right? Ugh, ah! And you make some noise, right? But if Radharani makes a noise, what's going to happen? She's going to wake everybody up. And then she's going to get caught. And then she's not going to be able to meet Krishna, right? So it's described that she used to lay out stones, sharp stones and twigs and sticks, and practice walking on them to make her feet hard, so that when she snuck out to meet Krishna, she wouldn't walk on these stones, or if she walked on them, she wouldn't make some noise, so it wouldn't hurt. So she would put herself through some torture almost, just to try to please Krishna. So this is her love. And Krishna says, I taste the bliss to which the object of love is entitled. But the pleasure of Radha, the abode of that love, is 10 million times greater. So do we understand what this means? It means that what Krishna is getting, right? Any loving relationship is about give and take. Yes? We give and we take. So what Krishna is getting out of the relationship, he says, is amazing. What he's getting is amazing. But what Radharani is experiencing is 10 million times greater than what Krishna is experiencing. So Krishna is thinking, I want some of that. I want to experience what she's experiencing. So Krishna says, my mind races to taste the pleasure experienced by the abode of that love, which is Srimati Radharani, but I cannot taste it even by my best efforts. how may I taste it? So Krishna wants to experience that. He's seeing, man, she has so much love for me. I wonder what it feels like to be on that side. So this is Krishna. It's very intimate. If sometime I can be the abode of that love, only then may I taste its joy. Thinking in this way, Lord Krishna was curious to taste that love, and his eager desire for that love increasingly blazed in his heart. So this is the primary internal reason for Lord Chaitanya's appearance, that he wanted to experience this intense love for Srimati Radharani. So the second one is that he wanted to taste his own sweetness. So you see in this picture that Krishna is looking at his reflection. Yes? Yes. Because in Krishna's palaces, then everything is made from the finest marble or jewels. And so everywhere is reflective surfaces, right? You know, if you have finely polished marble, it's reflective. So like that, we can see Krishna, he's looking, you know, in the mirror on the floor, and he's seeing his own reflection. And what does the word Krishna mean? What does Krishna mean? It means the all-attractive. So Krishna is the all-attractive. And in fact, everything in this material world that we find attractive, the attractive principle in that is coming from Krishna. Just like we may think that someone else is very beautiful, or we may think that something is very beautiful. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains his vibhutis, right? All his vibhutis. And he says, I am the taste in water, I am the ability in man, I am the light of the sun and the moon. He says of mountains, I am the Himalayas. You know, so many different aspects that Krishna gives. He says, of fish, I am the shark. Yes. So all these things that are attractive. Actually, maximum people like to watch shark movies. You know that? One of the top things that people watch, like on these National Geographic channels, is about sharks. Who here watches shark movies? No one? Yes, you're like, yeah, people like that because it's scary, it's dangerous, you know. So of fishes, Krishna is the shark. So anything that is attractive in this material world, if we feel a pull of attraction toward it, even you might feel a pull of attraction towards a computer, towards another person, towards a place, towards a scenery, whatever that attractive feature is in the material world, that is Krishna. That pull is Krishna. And George Harrison, he writes in the beginning of the Krishna book that everybody is looking for Krishna. They just don't know it. Because everyone's looking for happiness. Everyone's looking for love. Everyone's looking for something to make them fulfilled. You know, if you go on the shopping streets here, you see everyone looking in the windows, looking for something that's going to give them pleasure. But what they're actually really looking for is, eternal pleasure, yes. They're looking for Ananda. And that is Krishna. So Krishna is the all-attractive. And when he's in his palace and he's looking and he sees his own reflection, he thinks, wow. How many of you, when you look at your reflection, think, wow? It's the nature of the living entity. We all think that we're the, attractive people, right? We all think, like I look in the mirror, I think, wow, I need to sort my hair out, You think, yes, I'm God's gift to the material world, Lord Chaitanya. But Krishna, he is He is the all-attractive. So when he sees himself, he himself becomes enamored by his own beauty. But not like we become enamored by our own beauty. Krishna is attracted because, like it's described, that Krishna in Dwarka, when Narada Muni went to Dwarka and he visited the 16,108 palaces, he was seeing every one of them. Krishna was performing his grihasta duties. He was getting up early in the morning, and it's described that when he would get up early in the morning, he would chant the names of God. But he was chanting his own name. Some of us also chant our own names, right? We think, I'm so great, I'm so good. But Krishna, he's chanting his names because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when Krishna sees his reflection, he becomes enamored by his own beauty. And he's thinking, I would love to understand what it must be like to look at me as a devotee and be captivated by this beauty. Does that make sense? Yes. So some verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Seeing his own beauty, Lord Krishna began to consider, my sweetness is wonderful, infinite and full. No one in the three worlds can find its limit. Only Radhika, by the strength of her love, tastes all the nectar of my sweetness. So only Srimati Radharani really gets to soak in all of that beauty that Krishna has. I mean, if we're honest, how attracted are we really to Krishna? I mean, do we wake up every morning before the alarm clock thinking, Krishna? Do we think, another day I get to chant my rounds. Krishna, Krishna. Anyone here has been to Jaipur? Anyone been to Jaipur? If you go to Jaipur, that's the original Radha Govinda, right? So the biggest temple, the Radha Govinda temple. If you go for Mangalarti in Jaipur, everyone is running to the temple. I was like, yes, this is the mood to go for Mangalarti. 4:30 in the morning and everyone's running. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Right? In Vrindavan, everyone's like, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. The gopis are like, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. The cowherd boys are like, Krishna. And we're like, Krishna, 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 Hari Hari, Ram, 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 Hari Hari. Snikka Ram, 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 Hari Hari. Right? But we should be like, Krishna, 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 Hare, Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Actually, our attraction for Krishna is like, or at least my attraction for Krishna. Actually, all of you are probably greatly attracted. Sorry? So, yes. Yeah, Salted Bread is the name of the book. Yeah, the devotees in Russia being tortured, but still they're chanting the Lord's holy name. This is some attraction, yes? So we have to develop such attraction for Krishna. But Srimati Radharani, she experiences to the highest level. And Krishna says, there is constant competition between my sweetness and the mirror of Radha's love. They both go on increasing, but neither knows defeat. So sweet. My sweetness is always newer and newer. Devotees taste it according to their own respective love. So this is a really important point, that Krishna is ever fresh. Krishna consciousness is ever fresh. Every day is fresh and new and exciting because Krishna is fresh and new and exciting. Sometimes we may experience that it gets a little dry, gets a little old, but that's not because of Krishna, that's because of us. because we get dry and we get old. And we think, yeah. But actually, Krishna, he's an ever Nava Yovana. He's ever youthful, ever fresh. And everything, he's just a cowherd boy who likes to have fun. This is Krishna. He's always exciting. Every day is an exciting adventure. Every moment is an exciting adventure. But somehow or other, we can't keep up with that. Must be an important call. Must be Krishna. If I see my sweetness in a mirror, I am tempted to taste it, but nevertheless, I cannot. So Krishna is saying he can't experience his own sweetness in the same way that Srimati Radharani can. If I deliberate on a way to taste it, I find that I hanker for the position of Sri Radhika. So if he actually wants to experience his own sweetness, his own beauty, his own attractiveness, he realizes I have to be in the mood of Srimati Radharani, who manifests an abundance of sweetness greater than mine, which has never been experienced before and which causes wonder to all. Alas, I myself, my mind bewildered upon seeing this beauty, impetuously desire to enjoy it like Srimati Radharani. So this is Krishna's internal mood for coming as Lord Chaitanya, because he wants to experience what it's like to see his own beauty, his own sweetness. And the last one is to taste the happiness of her love. So he wants to experience the love, but here we see he also wants to experience these, someone said it earlier, the ananda, the bliss of Srimati Radharani's love. This conclusion of rasa is extremely deep, and only Swarup Damodar knows much about it. Anyone else who claims to know it must have heard it from Swarup Damodar. And who was Swarup Damodar? He's the secretary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And much of Chaitanya Charitamrita has been compiled because Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami had access to the diaries of Swarup Damodar. So we know so much about Lord Chaitanya because Swarup Damodar Goswami was there. He was the intimate companion of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The beauty of Lord Krishna increases at the sight of the beauty of the gopis. And the more the gopis see Lord Krishna's beauty, the more their beauty increases. So when the gopis see Krishna, because he's so beautiful, they become enlivened and inspired. And then Krishna sees that they've become enlivened and inspired, and he becomes more beautiful. And then they see him again, and they become more beautiful. And it's like this battle. And I was explaining earlier today also, that the devotees also become attractive. When you become a devotee of Krishna, you become more attractive to other people. People are attracted, they don't even know why. Because Krishna is shining from within the heart. Like when Devaki became pregnant with Krishna, it's described that she was glowing and she became so attractive. In this way, a competition takes place between them in which no one acknowledges defeat. Krishna, however, derives pleasure from the beauty and good qualities of the gopis, and when the gopis see his pleasure, the joy of the gopis increases. Therefore, we find that the joy of the gopis nourishes the joy of Lord Krishna. For that reason, the fault of lust is not present in their love. So this idea, when we hear about the gopis, they're attracted to Krishna and Krishna's attracted to the gopis, then we may start to think, oh yes, I wish I had some gopis. I wish I could be Krishna. But this is the problem. We're not Krishna. And the gopis are already Krishna's energy. They're already Krishna's property. So there's no idea of lust there. It's just pure love, which is known as prema. Earlier, there was one verse that was quoted that described that lust is like iron and prema is like gold. Well, they're both metals, but iron is nowhere near as valuable as gold. Iron is contaminated and gold can be pure in so many ways. The love of the gopis nourishes the sweetness of Lord Krishna, and that sweetness in turn increases their love, for they are greatly satisfied. Sorry, hold on. The happiness of the abode of love is in the happiness of the object of that love, and is not a relationship of desire for personal gratification. Jai Shri Shri Radha Govinda Ki Jai. Among the gopis, Srimati Radhika is the foremost. She surpasses all in beauty, in good qualities, and good fortune. Radha is the beloved consort of Krishna, and she is the wealth of his life. Without her, the gopis cannot give him pleasure. So Sri Chaitanya appeared with the sentiment of Radha. He preached the Dharma of the age and chanted the holy name and pure love. In the mood of Srimati Radharani, he also fulfilled his own desires. That is the principal reason for his appearance. So like this, we can understand that Lord Chaitanya appeared and he initiated the Yuga Dharma, and desiring to understand the glory of Radharani's love, the wonderful qualities in him that she alone relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels when she realizes the sweetness of his love, the Supreme Lord Hari, richly endowed with her emotions, appeared from the womb of Srimati Sachi Devi as the moon appeared from the ocean. Jai Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki. Gauranga Mahaprabhu Ki. Gaur Pranim Ki. Gauranga. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. I think you're all eager to go for prasadam now. Yes? Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Rantaraj Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Please, if you get a chance, take a set of Chaitanya Charitamritas. Hari Bol. Be safe and